You know, Afenyo Markin yesterday pleaded, if I call him, ask him whether he didn't plead yesterday that he will present him this morning at 10 o'clock. And because we are a listening government, we are not like the MPP, who will go to a church where Chatuchikata and the wife were worshiping and will still pluck them out like mangoes from a tree, in spite of the protestations of the clergy. Jerry Rawlings was invited. He responded. Honorable Yiti Mensah was arrested like a cock. Side scenario, the same. Just recently, wasn't Bobby arrested in his studio for daring to talk about government's complicity in land acquisition?
Afenyo Markin abe make all trances be at the arrest of Ntim Fordjour ehun. Na me mu kasa die former NP for Odododio ni Lante Vanderpoy ababontene abe expose ni nyabotere jiwakunwa na mecheche nsem ni mu emfa nkyere wo enra BNI for NDC for eko Ntim Fordjour fie se nkom kwa arrest na efa false allegation na wo ye e defa NDC na John Domani mama ehun omokodu fie honom na NPP for abonchenku wo fie honom pa church se ibi sumponie ese omonya abotere na ombe present Ntim Fordjour ende around 10 anopano we ensema NPP for ekan Afenyo Markin no leader of the minority no ono ebu nkotoje pa NDC for any BNI for choice or the Ntim Fordjour ebeba BNI for office ende but after incident no Afenyo Markin ekoye interview wo chemu say NDC for intimidate NPP for we ensema Afenyo Markin eba abontene ebe kan na me mu kasa die former NP for Odododio ni Lante Vanderpoy ababontene abechirechiri ma de kopotie esi wonum a chopa Afenyo Markin epa wo mo a omu jai wonum koya ende osa so rebeka kire ye say omanya nchi Ntim Fordjour ni nti NDC for intimidate omo yenti ensema ni Lante Vanderpoy ekan ye e defa this who arrest I say malikbasintale
ask him whether he didn't plead yesterday that he will present him this morning at 10 o'clock. That is what led to the abrogation of the operation. Other than that, all of them will have spent the night in a vigil in his house to prevent the security from exercising their responsibility.
But an arrest operation properly so constituted should have gone through.
That's what I'm saying. Because he pleaded and because we are a listening government, we are not like the MPP, who will go to a church where Chatuchikata and the wife were worshiping and will still pluck them out like mangoes from a tree, in spite of the protestations of the clergy. Jerry Rawlings was invited. He responded. Honorable Yiti Mensah was arrested like a cock. Side scenario, the same. Just recently, wasn't Bobby arrested in his studio for daring to talk about government's complicity in land acquisition? Wasn't Mensah Thompson arrested like an armed robber because he dared to talk about the president's children using the presidential aircraft? What are we talking about here? The Akama will say, I didn't even be there. What have we seen in this country?
So for you, nothing on what happened yesterday?
No. Look, what I will say here is that, look, I'm happy Seth mentioned that he sat in that position Ntim Fordjour is sitting in.
That's what, 8 years ago?
Yes, last week I asked him, would he have conducted himself the way Ntim Fordjour is conducting himself? When you have made a pronouncement, and the pronouncement is yet to be proven, and you've been queried about it, do you go about repeating those pronouncements? You understand? Repeating those announcements on various media. Would you do that? 2, would he have exercised those opportunities and channels open to him as a ranking member of parliament instead of what Ntim Fordjour did? I know him. There were so many instances of this issue where he conducted himself appropriately, the way an MP should conduct himself. Because we, as MP, we have opportunities to seek a sort of information. Even an ordinary Ghanaian, it has a right to RTI.
Yeah.
So if you've done this, and you yourself, you know, you've put out there false information. Because he says it's suspicion. How can you just go on a tangent of a suspicion and you say now you are inviting people to come and brief you? What right are you exercising without your committee of parliament? Ask him. I've been a ranking member before. I've been a chairman of a committee before. Both sides, the leadership of the committee will agree that let's have this meeting. It can be a request from any member to the leadership. And when it's so agreed, then we do that. But you can't go and make pronouncements out there, and now you call security agencies to come and brief you. Brief you as who? As what?
As a ranking member on the committee.
A ranking member doesn't work alone.
The minority says he spoke on their behalf.
What I'm saying that the minority alone cannot call for that meeting. He's here. Ask him whether the minority will request for a meeting through the chairman of the committee and the clerk. That's the parliamentary procedure. You think that any minority can ask for a briefing, majority can, then how are we going to manage information and such sensitive information from the security services? If the defense and interior committee on the minority will ask for a meeting, and the majority will also ask for a meeting. And those briefings could vary depending on situations. So how do we have a cohesive message as a group? So what I'm saying here is that, look, somebody must advise him to Fordjour, and I will let Afenyo Makin to exercise that opportunity given him today, 10 o'clock, he must present Ntim Fordjour for the questioning that is supposed to be questioned, so that we can all have a peace. Because what they did yesterday was unruly and was total disrespect to the security services. And I heard one of the people talking about what? Warrant. Check the Public Offences Act. A police officer from the rank of a superintendent can effect an arrest without a warrant. You mean when a police officer sees somebody committing a crime, he must go for a warrant before he arrests the person? You understand?
Yeah.
And this one, you have been invited. All this invitation is nothing.
He's denied receiving any invitation.
The invitation was extended to him through his minority leader. Ask him. Through his minority leader. And two, let me say this. Me, between 2017, January to August, I visited the police headquarters more than 13 times. I visited Yoko more than 5 times. I had NIB in my house, then BNI.
On what grounds?
Said no's. Said no's. I didn't know what I had done. And you're talking about people's houses. Didn't Abronye, with all that his dental formation.
Oh no, we'll take it easy.
Enter my house, harass my wife and children over a presumed car. So these things have happened. You see, what was him is the fact that when it happens to anybody from the MPP, then hell must break loose. But when it happens to anybody from the NDC, we are not human beings. So those things should not be talked about.
Tangent, then it feeds into the narrative of the tit for tat and eye for an eye. I'm saying that.
If it was right when they did it,
it is right.
It cannot be wrong today. They cannot claim it to be wrong today. Why do you think? Are they special human beings? Are they better than us? If we all are agreeing, if we are saying that it is all right, then from today, let all of us learn from it.
But will 2 wrongs make a right?
What are you talking about? Was it right when they did it to Chachu Chikata?
And you were not happy then?
Because before then, we had the opportunity to do that. We did it. Look, Professor Mills came to set an example.
So
when they did all those things, Professor Mills came and we said, no. Father for all, let it be. Ask him. Accept that we even had their people stay in office for 6 months. Some of their chief executives. Because we thought that let the past be the past. But in spite of those beautiful, magnanimous situations we created, they didn't see it as something good enough to help us repair the image of governance. They still went after us brutally. What didn't happen to Sam George at Ayawaso West Ogon? Did they consider that he was an MP? Did they? Even that one, when the white paper has been issued, the government still did not even punish the people who were involved. I won't say two wrongs make a right, but sometimes you need to tell somebody that the blood that runs through his veins is the same blood that runs through yours. So he cannot be treated specially and you will be treated like trash.